To begin this animation, you can see the first stage taking off, those 4 solid rocket boosters and the core engine powering it. Once they reach that height of about 30 miles, the 4 strap-on boosters breaking away, the core engine continuing to fire as the second stage. There, the launch abort system also detaching. At this point, the core engine of the first stage serving as the second stage, continuing to burn for about 4 minutes, 57 seconds, the launch shroud detaching. The third stage of the rocket has a single engine that will ignite just before separation of the second stage, helping to push it away, and will burn until 8 minutes and 45 seconds into the flight. At that point, the Soyuz will be in its preliminary orbit of 143 by 118 miles.
That's the interstage. And then the Soyuz extends the panels, and it's there.
Another look back at the pad real quick. 45 minutes from launch.
Silence. This is my second launch, actually. Originally, there was going to be
Again, this a live look, getting live views and waves from the crew inside. There you can see Alexander Gerst from the European Space Agency. He's seated in the right seat, right next to Commander Maxim Sarayev, who will command the Soyuz craft during its ascent. And then just off view a little bit more to our right is NASA astronaut Reed Wiseman. Gerst and Wiseman, the rookie space flyers, 14th astronauts to visit the International Space Station over its lifetime. Max Sarayev, the Russian cosmonaut, has 1 flight already under his belt and on his resume, flying back on expeditions 21-22. Right now, we're 43 minutes and 55 seconds away from launch. Again, the time a little after 1:13 in the morning over in Baikonur. Weather, as mentioned at the top, fairly good this time of year. Is right around the mid-70s, just a few clouds in the sky, but altogether very good conditions for launch.
Okay, but I'm just first blitzing and lost contact. Again!
Again, those astronauts already in the rocket have been in there for some time. The crew in getting live views of the crew still. Again, Alexander Gerst there. The rocket in the final stages of preparation, as we are just a little under 43 minutes away from launch.
I think the clamps or something are coming off. Probably just me, but I think they're coming off. Come on!
The crew was awakened at about 6:26 a.m. Central Time this morning, which is about 8.5 hours prior to their launch time. Crew members participating in their final pre-launch activities. Before departing, the crew members observe a long-standing tradition of autographing the doors of the Cosmonaut Hotel in Baikonur, Kazakhstan. This the hotel where all the crew members stay in the time immediately leading up to their launch. You can see the signatures from numerous astronauts and cosmonauts over the years, right before they made their own journeys into space. Beautiful! Alexander Gerst, Max Sarayev, and Reed Wiseman.
Dear friends.
Then the crew members received a traditional blessing from a Russian Orthodox priest. The priest also taking some time to bless the rocket, and usually members of the media before launch. Then around 8:57 a.m. Central Time today, the crew departed the Cosmonaut Hotel, saying goodbye to well-wishers and family on the way out, and members of the media. They again departed the Cosmonaut Hotel and boarded a bus, getting ready for their ride to the Integration and Suit-Up facility at Building 254, located at the Baikonur Cosmodrome. Again, this some video from earlier today as the crew was about 8 hours or about 6 hours or so away from launch. Again, Alexander Gerst from the European Space Agency on the left, Max Sarayev in the middle, the Russian cosmonaut, and Reed Wiseman of NASA on the right. Departing the cosmonaut hotel and boarding their bus for the ride over to the integration and suit-up facility.
Hey, Rob. Hey, Rob. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Hey, T-Man! Yeah. Ellie, you good or you want to get higher? Oh, look at the left. Oh, isn't that neat?
Here you can see the bus departing the cosmonaut hotel. The crew later arrived at building 254 at about 9:42 a.m. Central Time. Each crew member underwent their final medical exams, then suited up in their Sokol launch and entry suits, which you can see being prepared here. The suits were pressurized to ensure the integrity of their seals before the crew was ready to leave for the launch pad. The actual suit-up activities begin around 10:27 a.m. Central Time today, and that was about 4.5 hours prior to the scheduled launch time.
Okay.
Put this at. Да. Поскольку у нас сначала
Thank you.
And at this point, you can see each of the crew members conducting those pressurization checks on their Sokol launch and entry suits. These again done to ensure the integrity of all of the seals on the suits prior to the crew making their way to the launch pad. Also there in the room with the three cosmonauts, you'll see the backup crew for tonight's launch. It's Anton Shkaplerov from the Russian Space Agency, Samantha Christopher Reddy, another European Space Agency astronaut, and NASA astronaut Terry Virts as well. Again, the two astronauts and cosmonaut taking their time to get into the seat and do these pressure checks. Once they're done doing the pressure and leak checks on the Sokol suits, they get a chance to move over and talk to their family members for one final time from behind a protective pane of glass to maintain their quarantine status. Also in the room, various Russian, NASA, and European Space Agency officials and managers, along with the friends and family.
Could you please say a couple of words to hundreds of thousands of people who are watching? And about those people who support you. Without those who support us, we wouldn't be able to accomplish our mission.